We need to up our game and shit. We need to do comedy butt naked, right?
Saying his goodbyes. He blew his eye socket off and his eyeball fell out.
White women keep kidnapping us. Y'all seen The Blind Side?
Aren't you glad we have that disclaimer at the beginning of the episode?
It's going to come in handy for this episode. This week's episode of The Voice Party is brought to you by Big Boy Wraps. Get your car wrapped by some of the most experienced and skilled in the Bay. Big Boy Wraps, where the big boys play. What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Voice Party Podcast. I'm here, JD. I'm here with Black Joaquin, caffeined up. He's not going to fall asleep today.
There will be no attacks from Sleepy J this week.
We pumped him up with a lot of caffeine today. And we got Marcos there.
What's up?
I don't know what you look like. You look like Michael Myers with tattoos and fucking, yeah, like George Michaels and
George Michaels.
Michael Myers.
I like
and we got Phil here with this fucking red hat again. Son of a bitch.
Podcast and America
God
great again.
damn it. I fucking...
Why do we allow him to?
I don't know, because he pushes buttons, bro. That's why. That's why we fucking
Free
do it.
speech. We have conversations with everyone. It says that's all on the banner behind me.
Okay.
It makes for ratings.
Whoa. We forgot something, though. We got a very special guest this week. This dude was on time today.
I was earlier than time.
Give it up for Jorge Martin Sanchez.
Can we just ignore the fact that he had a brain fart on your name?
Who?
You know what? I called you Jorge Martin Bravo the other day.
Jorge Martin Bravo. That's a good stage name. Bravo.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a good name.
Have you ever thought about that, like a stage name?
Yeah, I think about that. I think sometimes I feel it's because you guys don't have stage names, do you guys?
No,
Do you?
I want one though.
You're a musician. You have a fucking stage band.
Yeah.
Right?
You guys know each other.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah.
Shit.
Bro, we used to suck each other's dick and everything, bro.
Come on. I wanted to be called Ricky
After
Lonnie,
the sex
but my
change?
band said no.
You want to be called what?
Ricky Lonnie.
Ricky Lonnie.
I thought that was a badass name, and my band said no.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like sometimes you feel like
Every stage name is stupid until you become famous, though.
Ricky
Right,
Lonnie sounds like
right.
some sitcom bad guy shit. Like he introduces Tia and Tamara to drugs.
Ricky Lonnie has the coke bag for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I was an ex-cokehead.
Oh, it fits even better.
Yeah.
There you go, bro.
I went to rehab for it. It's perfect.
Well, consider you're here. I think you're going back to rehab pretty soon. You're at Concord.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not gonna lie, Marcus. I miss you when you were drunk, bro.
That's my new home. It's the
is this
busted out trailer home.
The trailer is your new home?
Yeah, with no windows.
You came all the way from Sacramento, bro. Thank you for coming all
Thank you.
this way.
Confused me for somebody else. I came from San Jose. This motherfucker. What's up?
Wait, is this not Andy Garcia?
No, this ain't Andy Garcia. Man. Fucking
Stop
Andy
trashing
Garcia.
the microphones.
I didn't even know that fool was from Sac. He's not from Sac?
He's from SF, but he moved up there.
Okay.
Yeah, but I told you.
Yeah.
I almost did it, but I changed my mind. That's why I had a brain fart. I was like, give it up for Frank Castillo.
Bro, I look like so many people.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. You have
and all these people have taken credit for my bombing. So I feel bad for those fools, you know?
You know what's funny, though? Like, you look like a few other comedians, but, like, if I met them first, like, I would
associate
them or you with
Me
them.
with them. Yeah.
Like, I met Mean Dave first, and then I met
Sean Boyles.
And then when I first started seeing Sean Boyles more, I was like, wait, is that Mean Dave or Sean? I would always get them
That's kind of
confused.
funny because they don't really look alike.
No, but like if you've only seen them both
Is the
one
hair?
time, yeah, the hair.
They're like Bebop and Rocksteady.
The Rock.
Who's Bebop? Who's Rocksteady?
Gotcha.
You know?
Gotcha.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know who's Bebop and
Bebop
who's
is the pig.
Is he right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know what you're saying. Right?
You're just saying stuff.
Bebop is
Steady is the rhino.
Hey, no.
the rhino.
Most people don't know. I'm most people.
I'm most people. I have no idea.
I don't know who's who.
Yeah, this guy uses an analogy without knowing if the analogy's correct.
Isn't it true though? Yeah. I'm proving that it's a true analogy.
Joaquin could be bullshitting right now.
Do you know who Bebop and Rocksteady
No,
are?
Yeah.
The pig and the
Teenage
rhino?
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I
you
never
didn't-
watched it.
Fuck.
What?
First of all, he's not a pig. He's a warthog.
He's a warthog.
All right.
They're
And secondly,
family of the pig.
Whoa.
you can always tell who the last guest is because JD's about as sharp as a crayon.
That is true.
You got the end of the day, JD.
I know. I got fucking dollar store JD today.
You got the Wish version of JD.
I got the Wish. I got the Etsy of.
Okay, I will say this though.
Not the Etsy. You got the Wish.
I will say this though.
Yeah.
Ever since I started, I met you before I started the podcast.
Yes.
Right? We go that back. We go back that far.
We go not that far, but far. Farther than the podcast.
2019.
Yeah.
When I first started the podcast, you were one of the people I thought in mind of having as a guest. I know.
What's today's date? 2023.
Haven't I tried to get you on
You
before?
started in 2019. Claims to be, I'm supposed to be one of the first guests. And it's 4 years?
4 years.
4 years.
I wanted this to look
JD,
nice before I brought you.
Do you know how much of a humiliation I went through as being the only Mexican in the Bay Area comedy scene not to be on this podcast?
That sucks.
Bullshit.
People always say Jorge ain't shit. He's never been on the Voice Party. Do you know how that breaks my heart?
I've heard that.
Do you go to the
when
meetings?
we had fucking Andy Garcia? We had Andy Garcia here.
Yeah.
It helped my street cred so much because people thought it was me.
Yeah.
Go to the
crazy.
Non-Voice Party Mexican comics meetings with Faco and
Yeah, man. Faco also calls me fucking Andy Garcia sometimes.
No, but for real, because you had a podcast before I even had a podcast, right?
Oh yeah, the JMS podcast.
The JMS podcast. That's why I never got invited to that.
Because it ended before 2019.
You were competition.
Some guy's already bored with this conversation. He's yawning and shit.
Yeah, and
back in the day, we used to be playing like Sonic the Hedgehog while we were interviewing people, man. Like, this is nothing. Like
you also got end of the day Phil. That's another. The fucking camera's been on these guys the whole time while we were talking.
Yeah, but it's funny that you say I also look like Frank Castillo, right?
Yeah.
Because he's from San Jose. He has family here in San Jose. And one time back in the day, I was doing Woodhams, and this older Mexican dude kept laughing at me. Like he just kept laughing at my setups. I wasn't even he reached the punchline. And then he goes, "Hey, bro, I'm laughing because you look like one of my sons." I'm like, "Which one?" He goes, "Frank Anthony Castillo."
Oh shit!
So his dad was at Woodhams, and he was
that's hecka funny
laughing because I looked like his son.
You watch?
And I was like, "Dude, you could be my dad or something." I don't know.
Did you watch the Comedy Store documentary on Showtime?
I have not seen it.
No.
Never mind. Because Frank's in it for a lot of.
Yeah,
he's in it.
He's in it.
Yeah.
Was he a doorman at the time?
It's when he's doing the open mic and then they tell him you're a regular now, like you're a paid regular.
Oh,
now.
Really?
Yeah.
And
You should use that as a credit.
Yeah, that's me. I got passed at the. I got passed at the Comedy Store.
As a paid regular at the Comedy Store.
So is that the breakdown for comedy clubs? Once you get passed, you become a paid regular to perform?
No.
Or is that just
it's different. It's
certain
different
places?
there. I know that's like a different system.
Yeah, it's a system. It's its own unique ritual system.
Okay,
You work as a doorman,
Yeah.
and then eventually you do the open mic enough, you become a paid regular.
Right. But as far as I know, that's what happens.
That's what happens in the movie. So I don't know how it.
At the Comedy Store, they might be doing that at the Mothership now in Austin.
In Austin.
Yeah.
Have you guys been there at all?
Not yet.
Is that somewhere you want to go?
Oh yeah. You too, right?
Not really.
Really?
No,
you don't like
lying.
Texas?
You're lying.
Have you played in Austin?
I think
No, I haven't. I want to.
peaked,
But
bro.
from our TikTok analytics, we have a huge following in Austin. Like
TikTok analytics?
Yeah.
You believe in that? You trust that?
I do.
I think the Chinese are fucking with you, bro. We're like, let's troll this motherfucker. Let's make it like he has a following in some random city.
Yeah.
Get him all excited. He books a show out there.
Houston
Nobody
and
shows
Austin.
up.
As some sort of experiment.
Yeah, Houston and Austin.
Let's see how gullible these Americans are. No, I'm just kidding, bro. That's awesome. That's awesome.
But if it makes you feel,
I feel like he's taking it seriously. I'm joking. I'm just messing.
He's like, I got all these tattoos for nothing.
I've heard it said that like
stuck a needle in my throat for nothing.
TikTok and mainland China, the stuff that goes viral there is different.
Yeah.
It's stuff like academic achievements and scientific experiments done by their youth. Meanwhile, over here we're doing the dumb ways to die parodies.
Yeah, but you know who said
and
that?
And that's purposeful.
But you know who said that?
Who said that?
American TikTok. So we don't know if that's true. we're just taking our own
Good
people's.
Yeah.
So how long ago did you start stand-up comedy, bro?
First of all, I'm going back to you introducing me and Sam from Sacramento. Let's get it right.
Okay, yeah.
I'm from San Jose.
This is from San Jose.
San Jose, the 408. I got to represent.
Yeah.
Somebody has to around here. You get San Jose comics up here?
Not really.
We've had a.
Not really. It's just a long drive, bro.
Wait.
It's not that bad. It's only an hour.
Didn't we have one comic that was from?
No, we've had some.
We've had some. Wait. You just said it was a long drive. The last two people that were on drove 2 hours to get here.
That's true. So you
hold
shouldn't
on.
complain about
No,
anything.
I want to talk about this.
We've gotten people more from
wanna-
Salinas than.
Right. I want to talk
You.
about this.
That's true.
Because here's the thing.
I've had more Salinas comics, musicians. than
People
anything.
will travel to Sacramento over San Jose
That's true.
Yeah.
to perform.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that?
Well, Sacramento's like okay, but
Well-
Sacramento's like a hub too for performing in general.
That's
Yeah.
that's
Like
a
I'm not saying
question-
San Jose is not, but like,
Yeah.
And it's
like,
But what?
No, it's the
Say
like
it.
it's not Sac.
it's the state capital.
Yeah, but
No, not even that.
know, like-
it's not.
Well,
that,
here's
though.
the thing. I'm not saying I use Sacramento as an example. I'm just saying like people will travel to other places, travel much longer time, and then still choose that to perform over there than in San Jose.
Here's a
stay
fucking
in
problem.
Sac. I would stay in Sac, and
Yeah.
I'd probably feel safer in Sac than I would in
San Jose.
you feel
audience-
safer in Sac.
Probably, yeah.
San Jose audiences are wild, bro.
Yeah.
We do get wild.
It
That's
gets
true.
wild.
We
They're
do get wild.
they're rowdy.
Say,
Yeah.
They're. You never know what's gonna happen.
You might get shanked by a Google employee. You
And
never know.
then you'll yeah.
Yeah, my guy shanked in the metaverse.
it was a joke.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I don't know.
Google employees have never seen a knife before. Sorry.
That's their city, right? Like they're out there.
Why do you think it is? It's your fucking city. You tell us.
Racism, fool. Too many Mexicans. People don't like to be around too many Mexicans in Colombia. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. To me, I don't know.
Bro, what
I
do
don't know.
think?
You tell
That's
me.
a good question because it
That
is
is a good
true.
question.
But I'm just joking. I don't know if it's racism. I think it's just
The
I don't know.
It just well.
It's just peculiar. It's I've a like when I used to
I mean, they
book
got-
for the Blue Lagoon in Santa Cruz,
Yeah.
which is an hour more.
Right.
It was easier to convince San Francisco comics to go to Santa Cruz than to San Jose.
No way.
And I was like, dude, motherfuckers,
Do you
have a BART system that goes straight to San Jose now.
Yeah.
Here's
You have Caltrain that can take you to San
Here's
Jose.
one thing I'll say. Maybe.
It is good.
Fuck. Well, if you're a comic, Sacramento has more options. They have hella other.
I'm talking about Sacramento. I'm just saying in general, the
I
travel.
don't know. I'm just saying. I'm using that as an.
Sacramento has a great scene, great people. I always have a good time out there.
I think you know what
No
that is,
disagreement.
though? I think that's actually what it is. Like
What?
Sacramento has. I mean, you can talk about hood anywhere, but like the scene for like anything for entertainment,
Yeah.
Sacramento has kind of a cool little scene.
Hella venues.
Hella venues because there's not. I mean, especially
good mix of people.
especially back then. Like there wasn't too much to do out there when they were like when it was kind of nothing.
In Sacramento or San
Yeah,
Jose?
Sacramento.
Okay.
And so I think when they started building all the venues and stuff like that, like
'Cause that-
everyone was like, "Oh,
Ace of Spades is
it's-
new, right?
Ace of Spades
But
is
bro,
newish, but like that's a great
Sacramento's
concert
the
venue.
capital. You want to be that close to all the fucking
true.
politicians? You want to be
No,
that
but you're
close?
not gonna
Well, how
see
many
them.
is there?
You can go to Washington D.C. and you're not gonna.
Just actually surprisingly, Sacramento's a small town.
San Jose
Yeah.
is expensive as fuck
That
too,
too.
man.
That too.
San Jose's expensive.
It's hella expensive, bro.
Where are you going? Like Willow Glen? You're probably going to Palo Alto or
No,
something.
Alum Rock.
Alum Rock. Damn.
I mean, in my experience, it's expensive. It is expensive.
Well,
I mean, I
wait.
just-
What are we trying to buy? Like prostitutes out there? What's so expensive out there?
No, I just go to the coffee shops and
Oh, the bikini coffee shops. See, San Jose, we got bikini coffee shops.
I would love to go to one of those.
Yeah.
You ever done a?
Yeah.
You should do a fucking show at one of those places, bro.
Bro, I
Sold out every weekend.
I fantasize about putting together a comedy show at the Pink Poodle, because Pink Poodle is an iconic strip club in
Okay.
San Jose, and like that'd be pretty fun to like
could do
a little
that.
comedy.
you-
little
They do it
stripping.
here at
We've
the.
heard-
They do it here at the Condor Club.
Yeah, I heard about it.
We've heard
Yeah.
stories though where you guys are trying to fight like strippers or the Patreons to go see the comedy show versus like see
Well,
the strippers.
that's the Condor Club where they
The Condor Club?
They do a comedy show in the back or whatever,
Yeah.
and it's a strip club. So it's like, how you gonna compete with
strippers
this show?
because they didn't stop the strippers.
Yeah.
like the comedy show was at the same time as the
let's-
Wait, hold on. So are comedians complaining that the strippers are taking away the attention?
we have a friend.
That tells you how narcissistic
tells
we
the
are.
story.
We're like, why are they not paying attention to me? Because there's a pair of fucking tits over there? What do you think?
Like, is it a good idea to do a comedy show at a strip club?
Is it a good?
That sounds like a terrible idea.
I don't think so. It depends on
No.
if it's
I
included.
get what you're trying to say, and he's right. It's difficult to compete.
Right.
But hey, man, I think the thing about comedy is it's a good challenge, bro. It's a good challenge. it really puts your
is it-
material into the test. You know what I'm saying?
Do you really care about that, or is it for you guys? That's the real question.
There's some bragging rights of like, I have a show at a strip club, right?
It's a good thing to compare something.
Because like, how do you get? Because it's hard enough. Like, let's say you're a San Jose person or a San Jose comic or a Richmond comic, right?
Yeah.
And just trying to get anyone out into the city just is kind of rough, right?
Yeah.
What if you're like, yo, I'm performing at the strip club? Like, how many people do you realistically see yourself getting?
Really creepy motherfuckers.
Yeah. See, my fan base are full of creepy people. My fan base is full of creepy guys, so I'm sure they'll come out to a strip club show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, we never actually covered JMS podcast.
Like, we're jumping all over the place.
What happened to that?
By the way, apologies to your son guy. I'm a bit of a mouth breather. You can probably hear my ass going. Yeah.
Because I met you through that. I met you through the JMS. You used to do interviews with like artists from your town.
Yeah.
And it kind of inspired me to do this way, bro.
The JMS podcast, my podcast, inspired the Voice Party. You heard it here at the Voice Party.
I think you were one of a few inspirations.
I was gonna say, do you know he tells that to everybody who's at a podcast?
What's that? You do, motherfucker? Does he really?
No.
Every single one.
I'm gonna walk out. I'm walking out.
No, sit down.
Even to people that are like, I've been thinking about starting a podcast. He's like, you inspired me to start my.
No. You're that guy, JD?
No,
motherfucker, bro.
Everybody, shut up right
guy.
now. No, for real.
Now you're getting late, Mark.
I love you, JD.
I love you too.
I love you.
I remember you interviewed.
And the fact that you do that, I love you even more now. I like that.
I'm not. Don't listen to this guy. Wasn't even fucking born back there, bro. It's not pandering. It's for real. I listen.
Guys, you know what? A little pandering.
Name episode 102.
I don't know. Look, I remember you interviewed comics.
Yes.
And then I knew a musician in San Jose. He's one of my homies' best friends. Israel Sanchez. Yeah.
That's your homie too, right? Israel Sanchez?
No. That's my.
Because he's a musician too.
One of my homies from San Jose.
I don't know every musician.
He I guess he knows him real well, and I remember.
What's his name? I might know him too.
I don't know if I want to say his name.
His name is
Social Security
His name's
number?
Paul. I might know
Filipino guy, Paul.
You
might know him. But anyway,
yeah.
But anyways, I saw like you would interview comics, of course. That's what you are. Mm-hmm. And then you would have artists, and then you'd have a musician, and then just someone who does stuff in the community.
Yeah.
Do you see the correlation?
Oh my God! You stole this show.
Yeah. You should put Jorge M. Sanchez presents the Voice Party.
The Voice Party.
Let's switch seats, bro.
Jade, on the real note, I appreciate your compliments, and I'm just happy somebody tuned in. I don't know.
Oh, I wasn't tuning in.
Oh, you just the idea of it.
Oh no, I read it on Google.
I think somebody was.
I was just reading the descriptions and liking, like.
Yeah.
No, but for real though, it was.
No, I appreciate
because we talked about this before you came on when you did one of my shows. That I saw how you were like. We actually talked about how. You were like a community organizer, and like how I talked about it with these guys that when they put us on a flyer for like the moving forward stuff, it's so goofy to see my logo on like a serious thing. And you told me that you had the same experience.
Yeah. So basically, I used to get all these, eclectic artistic people in the community, and it was just a good opportunity for me to get to know who's who in my community, and a lot of great people. I had no business interviewing a lot of these, artists, because I had like big time artists. I had Baron Story, who's like very famous for his. He worked with the Sandman, one of the artists, along with the guy that the famous guy, and. Like, I don't know. And then I got recognized by the community.
That's
right?
cool.
So they're bringing me up to get a community award. That's me and other people who are producing stuff in their community. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. Got recognition, got some validation for my work. And I show up, and the two other people getting an award along with me, one is like saving.
Hey, hold on. Did the award say to Frank Castillo?
Yeah, that'd be funny. To get my name wrong.
To Andy Garcia.
Who probably are doing better stuff than I am, to be honest with you. Yeah. So anyways, I get invited to this event where they're going to give an award to this community people doing cool stuff, right? And I get there, and the two other people getting the award next to me are women. One is helping feeding the homeless, and the other one is teaching like some women empowerment in Silicon Valley
Oh,
tech.
so you got like the pity one.
And then they came to me. I'm like, oh, this guy, he just talks to people at a podcast out of his,
Our band got one of those for Richmond one time.
And I just felt like a biggest piece of shit, like imposter syndrome to the 100.
Highest.
Where I'm like, why am I here?
But you know what?
Journalism is valuable.
Right.
That's
Well, I'm not a journalist,
I mean, so you say.
It's like I'm a shit talker.
It's modern.
Exactly.
It's modern day.
And to this day, I cringe of the shit I said on that pod because I was in my 20s too. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about.
How old were you when you started?
Yeah, probably like I was like 25.
Oh, whoa, no way.
Which I guess it's not that bad, but still, it's like I cringe of like, man, like my like this because a lot of it was me. I'm a little sad boy, like I'm a little emo. So like I would start the podcast talking about like how I feel, I'm going through a breakup. Oh, then we have this fucking awesome artist.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
But hold on, I was gonna say this.
Yeah.
But it is something kind of cool to be recognized by your city.
Yeah.
Because I think something that
People are watching.
that we don't understand is that people are watching, and you never know how your podcast affects somebody, right? Or your art affects somebody in general. And I think like it's cool, especially in this day and age, to be like, oh, our cities didn't really have anything, like we might have had some famous people come out of our cities at one point and stuff, but you see like, oh, you guys are making a little buzz.
Yeah.
And that, I think that's cool for people to see, especially like especially politicians in the cities and stuff are always trying to pay forward for like, make our communities better, do this, and that, be more creative. And then they see people being creative. They're like,
And they
okay.
honor that.
They honor that.
No,
I think that's cool.
On paper, yes. But then you got my ass telling dick jokes,
but
on
that's
the
art.
podcast.
But that's the art form.
but
That's
you're
comedy.
also- But you're also
Yeah.
giving like to these artists,
Yeah.
and that there has to be something.
Don't listen to them, bro. It's goofy. I agree with you.
No. But here's the thing, guys.
Like, don't listen. You sucked back then.
Hey,
Here's what it is. Us and JD, we have comics minds. And comics minds, we secretly hate ourselves. Like we see, like, I appreciate the compliments, and I think you're right. It is. I'm sure my podcast did some good to the community. I'm sure your guys' podcast is doing great stuff for the community here in Concord or in Richmond.
I think we're still at the good level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not that great yet.
Yeah.
I think the intention is there.
But it's like you just don't want to hear the compliments so much about it, Like,
Sure.
and that's a bad trait. I'm not saying that's healthy.
Yeah, you gotta
it's not
work on that,
healthy.
buddy.
That I when it comes to compliments, it makes me uncomfortable. I repel.
Because we don't want to come off as narcissists.
And I'm not saying that's happening now with you guys.
But you guys are also comedians, though.
Yeah.
You guys
We're
should
still
be.
fucking human, though.
Yeah, but you guys should be some of the biggest. You're entertainers. You guys should be some of the biggest narcissists in the world.
Right.
Although narcissism
we leave that
itself
to
isn't
lead
healthy,
singers.
but
Well, I think
Yeah.
to a
like,
certain
true narcissism
percentage,
isn't healthy.
you have to be.
you have to be narcissistic.
Yeah, you can't do this without being.
That's where the confidence to perform kind of comes from. Is
Right.
you feeling a little narcissist. And I'm not saying that's necessarily bad. I mean, it depends how you use it. Right.
Right.
But yeah, man. But like again, go back to that podcast. Like, don't get me wrong. I appreciated getting exposed to all these people, all these great ideas about art. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm not that guy. I'm not NPR guy.
Did you find that it just like the podcast style was not for you? Is that what you ended up discovering?
For that one, I was really influenced by Mark Maron.
But you fall in the role, so as a whatever. Like that was. I feel like it was a good role for you, bro.
Good, I appreciate it. You guys are being too nice with him.
Like when I saw your picture.
Would you like us to keep calling you Andy Garcia?
Yeah, call me Andy Garcia.
When I
Compliment Andy Garcia. And
when I
Frank
saw your
Castillo.
page and I saw that serious headshot you had as a picture,
Yeah, the serious headshot.
I was like, this guy and his name.
Yeah.
He's like a Chicano studies professor.
I get that a lot too. yeah. People look.
He's gonna talk about like the huelgas and shit. Like you're serious guy. Then I hear your comedy. Oh, this guy's
dirty as fuck.
He's dirty as.
Yeah, I feel like what's that when you date people? I catfish people. I catfish people in real life. I look smarter than I really am.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I look more astute than I really am.
This guy's responsible.
Yeah.
He's and then you hear him in the stand. I was like, oh, he's a maniac. We're the same guy.
Yeah. People think I look. They say I look responsible, and like. the other day, I was talking about finances, and some guy asked me like, "Oh, I bet you have like 100,000 saved, 50,000 saved." I'm like, "Bro, I got like less than $5,000 saved, bro."
That's better.
Like, better than me. Fuck.
But the point I'm trying to make is this guy in his head already had an expectation of me,
Right.
and just to see his face, to tell him the truth, was like,
people ever
disappointing.
Is it
People ever confuse you for being like Indian?
All the time.
Especially down there.
I got Indian. I got
Andy
Persian.
Garcia.
Andy Garcia's a race.
Yeah.
Let's see. Filipino. I get Filipino.
Oh, yeah.
I get Middle Eastern. One time, black. I don't know how, bro. Someone
You're
said,
making this shit up.
I swear to God.
No, you.
To be fair, it was an
could
Asian
be-
person from Asia, so I don't know how much black people
Hey,
they know.
Hey,
Yeah.
light-skinned people who could pass.
Yeah.
Thing. All right.
Red bone, I guess. I don't know. But the thing is, like, people. Is this whole podcast who I look like?
No.
You know, it's ironic. I don't have, you know what I look like bit at all. Like, you know, some comics have that. You know what I look like, you know, hacky bit.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I don't have one. I kind of have one, but not really.
How many podcasts have you been involved with at this point now? You do
Today?
No. Whoa.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Oh, you've done more
because
interviews?
you've done more. Like you have another project now as a podcast, right?
Right. So I have a new podcast now.
Is that that since JMS?
That ascends? Yeah. So JMS is over. I'm done with. I might return to it down the road. I don't know. The door's not completely closed on
Is
it.
it still
I know Cordy will
in the
appreciate that.
ethers?
But the episodes are available on SoundCloud and are available on Apple. They are available wherever you get your podcast. And I think it's just the time of an era. That's like, you know, Pokemon level 1 Jorge. Now I'm at Pokemon level 2 Jorge.
You're in the
What
Johto League now.
What makes you
Orange League.
want to start a new podcast rather than just changing up what the old podcast was? Like rebranding, redoing, kind of something like
That's
that.
a very good question. I think.
Good question.
Yeah. Well, somebody has to ask around here. Whoa! I'm just kidding. I love JD. Guys, I'm just fucking around.
It's all a bunch of backhanded compliments, but I love JD.
I love it.
Jesus Christ.
No, because we talk about that here.
Yeah.
It's like, how do we rebrand sometimes,
Right.
right? Like we're getting to the 200th episode. How do we get to this point of like, okay, season 3 is going to be something cool. We're going to start doing stuff like
You're the
this.
first episode of season 3, just so you know.
Season 3. Oh shit.
Okay.
So like, how do we change?
How do you
things up?
reinvent yourself?
Rather than being
Or
like, because we've already
product.
put the Voice Party Out logo
Yeah.
everywhere. You guys, people know it and stuff. So like, how do we do this? Like, take it one step further.
I asked myself the same questions. Is how can I make this different? And not just on podcasts, but also on shows.
Comedy too.
Yeah,
Comedy
itself.
too. You know, like what makes making this showcase different from other showcases?
Especially because you run your own shows too.
Yeah.
I've known ever since I know you. You had the Frascati.
Yeah.
And then the one I did in the Peninsula with you.
Oh, Vinyl Room. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. I did Vinyl Room.
And then you got the other one now. When you gotta this ties into that question, I guess.
No, yeah, it's all together. I think it's as performers and artists with their comedy and music, like it's like how can I make the next album different from the old album, right? Same question. Right. And sometimes it's natural evolution. If you're like, I want to go more video or this and that. And other times you really got to think about like what is the best direction to go right now, what feels right.
Because I think about it very like when I hear stuff like this, I think about it in a business stance, right? So like behind the scenes, what are you doing when you start a second, third podcast that you're like, I'm just done with this one, right? Because like I think about how we run things here. Like you have to upload it, you have to pay for certain things, right? And
let's have a paywall.
Yeah, I mean.
Paywall, Phil?
No, I'm talking about like you pay to upload your things on
to host it. Yeah.
Right, you know what I mean? You have to you maybe pay for someone to build you a logo and whatever. And then let's say one of these kind of pop off, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, man, all these episodes have 20-something thousand views or whatever. I'm paying for this to still be up somewhere on Spotify and Apple and iHeart. And then now I got to restart that with something else. Right?
Oh, just starting from new.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Like the business side of things. Yeah. You're restarting maybe a new email. Now you're starting a whole new bank account maybe. I don't know how far you were in that. A new IG.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like all that kind of work that goes into building a podcast.
But I feel when I get into something new like that, I build upon what I already built before. So like I go in already knowing an idea what I want to do and how to do it.
Okay.
So I think there's Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's not like
It seems like it's a lot more work to do that.
But now you know what requires work. So now you can get other people involved. Now you can build a team, and you know exactly where to facilitate them, and what areas they should work on. That makes best of your time. Like right now, I have a new podcast called Your Worst Neighbors with my homie PX, and it was just me and her. Started in a bathroom. It was different. Well, because it's the only room with the good acoustics, Yeah. And but now we have like a little studio. Now we have equipment. Now we have a soundboard. And recently we got a production producer now. Like Phil. And that was a decision because I knew with the JMS podcast how much work it is to put it all together technically.
You did it by yourself.
Edit it. I did everything by myself. So going into this new stuff, I'm like, I can't do this all by myself again.
If I'm gonna do this, I got to do it like a team.
You have to build a team.
Did you ever? Okay, because originally, I mean, this has been probably 3 or 4 changes to this podcast since we started.
Yeah.
There's been 3 or 4 different
hosts.
Whatever, everything set up. At one point, I thought maybe we should just restart another one and name it something else since it's different. But then I fucking just.
So you thought about breaking up the band?
No, I just thought about rebranding. But then I was like, this has been it for so long. Did you ever think about it? Like, because you had a fucking following for the JMS.
Yeah.
Instead of just keeping that and adding players to it.
Yeah, you're right. So the bigger the JMS podcast got, the more I regret it just basically being JMS. Because it's like, because people have very creative names to their podcast.
Right.
And you're like, well, I started with such a basic name because, I was just starting basic. And now as you're getting bigger, you kind of wish you kind of expanded on it. But I don't know. I think.
What was your following cap like? Like, where were you at? I don't know how you could totally measure that, but like.
If I remember right, by episode 200 or so, I was already in like a couple hundred listens.
That's good.
Yeah, which is not. It's still not a lot.
Yeah,
but it's good. It's hard to build even 200.
It's hard to build
monthly listeners.
Anything, bro.
Yeah.
So like, okay, when you got to episode 200, how many years in were you at that time?
Yeah, 4 years, I think.
I think you should put some more JMS episodes.
Come back to it.
I mean,
we'll see to it. We'll see.
Because did a lot of those followers follow you onto the new podcast?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because it's been a 3-4 year gap between that old one and.
Do you feel like you can though you have the tools to gain that following back pretty easy?
Yeah, even better now. Because now before it was like community oriented. This new one is just comedy oriented.
What is it? Okay, sorry.
No, it's just
And you have your following now,
right? And then PX, she also has a following, a bigger following than me, honestly, way bigger. So it's like it's how can this be different? Now I'm just doing straight comedy, which honestly. No disrespect to the other artists, just sometimes it gets too heady, it gets too technical.
Yeah.
But when you're doing comedy, just fuck around. It's a lot more fun.
A lot more free. Yeah. So, as a comic, what does it do for you having a podcast? Like, do you use it as an open mic? Is it a way for you to, like, for me, it was a way to bring people to the shows. Yeah. But now it kind of serves as an open mic kind of thing sometimes, where it sparks up ideas for material. Yeah. Being here. Mm-hmm. What does it do for you?
That's a good question. Another good question.
Thank you.
Someone's got to ask.
101 so far. Good question. Oh, Joaquin, what's your question?
You know what? They have so far, like, they're batting 1,000. I want to ruin the streak.
Right.
They're killing it over here.
Phil, you want to chime in, Phil, with a good fucking question?
I'm going to answer yours.
I was going to say he answered my question.
I mean, I can chime in with a question, and then I'll actually let the guest answer instead of constantly interrupting them and talking over them.
Oh,
that wasn't passive aggressive at all.
That wasn't a question, though.
I think at least this one, Your Worst Neighbors, is just to have fun and promote my comedy, promote my personality, my brand, hopefully, and just to have fun, bring friends. For me, I'm really prioritizing fun, having a fun experience. Because once you do this for a long time. You come around, you're like, do I really want to spend my time doing something I don't want to do? Right. And in this case, it's like, all right, I'll do it if it's fun. I've go bring my friends, comedians.
It is a lot of fun, yeah.
And so that's what's different with this one, and what I'm trying to promote is just me and PX, our comedy.
With the
you got a question?
I do. What is it about your style of comedy, your brand of comedy that sets you apart from other comedians?
Oh, fuck me. Too good of a question. I'm going to have a good answer for you. The pressure's on. That's up to the fucking listeners, to be honest with you. I don't, because you know what? Because you're all right, Joaquin. Because you've done this, right? You compare yourself to other comedians? Never. Yeah, you do. You can't be like...
No.
I don't know. JD, how would you answer that? What sets me apart? Because to be 100% with you, man, I don't know.
Well, you already
which is not a good way to answer.
I've never paid attention to his comedy, bro. I was always like writing shit down, getting ready for my stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, you know what?
He's like, I just found out you're a comedian today.
Here's the thing about Jorge, bro. He says he wasn't, but he's a smart dude. So like his comedy comes at you like
you have to be smart in order to do that.
I know.
Yeah.
But he said like everything I think about him is right. I'm right about what I think about him.
Is that good?
What the fuck? No, but okay, go back
He's
to
a clever guy, bro.
Go back to you. I don't know, because, you know, this again, I should probably have more confidence and be like, yeah, I offer this to the people. But honestly, the best I can help is I'm trying hard to make people laugh. Okay. You know, I don't have no agendas with my comedy.
And you're having fun.
My comedy, I like to describe it as, you know, just being chill, I guess. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I try not to do anything too serious. I don't know.
Representation?
Sure.
Chicano.
I don't feel like I'm a good representative of the Latino comedy community. I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of great Latino comedy people including JD. You know, he serves a purpose in the Latino comedy community here.
And we got to work together. We talked about this after a show the other day.
But as far as me, like, I don't know, bro. I'm just the guy who's around.
The cool thing
on that same
That's sad. I don't know. I want to give a better answer. Bro, I'm the shit.
Hey,
I don't know.
On that same question,
honest though.
Yeah.
Do you not like?
It's very honest.
Do you not like when that comes up as a Chicano comic? Like, do you?
I used to, but not anymore.
Why not? Why not anymore?
Right now, that's who I am. Because when you're younger,
you want to separate yourself.
When you're in your first 2-3 years of comedy, you're dumb. You're an idiot. You think you know comedy. We don't know shit when you're first year, second year. So my first year, I thought I knew comedy. I thought I was like, oh, I don't want to be a Mexican comedian. I want to be a comedian. It's like, it don't fucking matter. At the end of the day, it's about trying to having a good show, giving a good performance. Seriously, and it's that simple, but it's also that hard. You know?
Yeah.
And some people look at it the other way. It's like, I'm going to use my Latino-ness. I'm going to do, you know.
Throw in some Spanish, tell some at-home stories that will connect to that audience.
Does that ever backfire at all?
Being what?
Like being too much, like embracing. I know that sounds really stupid.
Yes and no, because it really could box you in, you know?
Right.
Like,
that's what I mean.
They like my Latino comedy. Oh, but when I do like a fucking, a fucking Ukraine Russian political bit, ooh, Jorge, that's different. I don't know. Go back to the race stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's kind of
right.
So I don't.
You try to make sure there's diversity in your act.
You want to perform for everybody.
Things that interest
never
me.
Gets stale.
Things that interest me. And if it's race, it's race. If it's sex, it's sex. If it's political, it's political. What's that?
Any kind of pressure to do that?
Not anymore. When I was younger, yes.
But by yourself, Yeah, you pressured yourself.
Right. As myself, when I was younger, I was like, oh, I'm going to be this comedian. I put the fucking boxes on myself, too.
But
the more you do this...
artist does that.
Yeah, but the more you do it, the less you give a shit, you know? Right. It's like, I am what I am. It is what it is. Not everybody's going to like it, you know? So... And I've been through it, dude. I've been booed off stage. But it's like at the end of the day, I enjoy it, and you can only hope the other people on the other side of the stage enjoy it too.
Now, what are the topics as a comedian like draw you in the most? You go, man, I can make a bit out of that. Are there certain elements, certain things that you gravitate toward more?
Sorry
than
to disappoint you, bud, but there's no real.
It's not strategic
algorithm to it.
Okay.
There's no real formula. It could be something said today. Oh, that's a funny bit that Joaquin said. It could be something I thought years ago, and I'm bringing it up now. It could be something. Yeah, I think what I learned as a not just a comedy, because before comedy I did film stuff, I did writing, I did theater a little bit. So like, from one thing I learned from that is inspiration is gonna come from wherever. Like, and this is actually funny enough. When I interviewed musicians, when I interviewed artists, they all told me something very similar of where their creativity and ideas come from. And a lot of them, they say it doesn't come from them. It comes from another realm. Like sometimes artists feel like a conduit of ideas that just happen.
Connection to something.
Yeah, that just gave it to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the word they use. This song composition, it came from somewhere else.
Inspiration.
Right. And I feel with comedy in some weird way, it's similar. Where like jokes float by you and you just happen to catch them.
Yeah.
You know, or you know, moments happen, opportunities happen.
A mental screenshot that you take when a certain joke comes up. Like you take a screenshot of it.
Well, someone, I don't know, maybe we've heard it from you or something, but someone said that like, yeah, jokes and music and stuff is like, it's kind of like you try to catch it when it's coming past you, and if you don't, it's gonna go to the next person.
Yeah.
And someone is eventually gonna pull that out of them.
And you need to be okay with that too.
Yeah.
You cannot be greedy with material. Like people get mad, like, oh, he did that material. I had a bit about that. I might be like,
just write another one.
Yeah. I don't know who told me this. I don't know whose story it was.
It was me, bro.
It was probably JD.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's probably JD.
I'm kidding.
Where it was, I don't know. I think it was Cedric the Entertainer. He had a couple openers, and the host noticed that one of the openers did a bit that was very similar to Cedric the Entertainer's. And then he told, oh, shit, do you want me to tell the guy not to do that joke? And Cedric Entertainer said, no, he could do the joke. That just means I have to do a different joke. Like, there's no reason for him to deter somebody from doing a joke that kills when Cedric has so many other jokes to do. And I think that comes down to comedy. Like, for me, it's like, oh, if somebody has a similar bit like I do, don't get mad at them. Be like, okay, just work on a different angle.
Have you ever had that happen? Where,
oh, yeah, it happens. But I never got mad.
But what did you do about it, though? The same thing? Just do a different...
No, I just work on a different angle.
He disappeared. No one ever seen him again.
No, I didn't do anything, though.
Yeah.
How was it?
And then sometimes it happens among friends, you know?
Yeah.
I was actually
me and Faco sometimes do that. Faco's like, oh, that's my bit. I'm like, really? What's your bit? It's my buddy Faco.
I've never heard.
Oh, you guys don't know Faco?
No, but I'm just kidding.
You guys don't know Faco? Have you had him here yet?
I've had him at... I've been asking him, but he's always busy, and I know he lives in Gilroy or something.
Yeah, he's a busy guy.
Yeah, but he's come out to the show to do what you should come out and do.
Yeah, if I get invited.
Damn.
But you know what, though, too? I think, like, comedy is very similar to, like, the music scene where there's only so much life experience that we all can have until it starts becoming a little similar. Like, we all have such similar things that happen in our lives that sometimes these jokes inherently write themselves, right?
Yeah.
I assume. Like, you can say something about, you know, Starbucks or something. I'm sure 10 comedians have written the same joke about Starbucks.
By getting the name wrong.
Or something. You know what I mean? Because that's something that happens to everyone. And like you eventually someone else is going to think of that too. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think unless it's a word for word ripoff or like damn near.
Which happens.
I'm sure. Yeah.
And that's different. Than because, you know, when Donald Trump was president, fucking you go to any mic and it's all Donald Trump jokes.
Right.
It's all the same shit. It's all, you know, COVID.
Which weird enough, I didn't have a Donald Trump joke.
Neither did I.
I'm surprised.
I did have a COVID joke though.
COVID jokes I got.
Yeah, I got a lot. Yeah. But I want to go back a little bit more though. But like how long you been doing comedy for?
Oof. Too old. Too long and not long enough.
And you grew up.
I want to see. I might be clearing my 10-year mark now.
Oh, why?
Oh no, I'm not. I'm almost there.
But you grew up in San Jose.
I'm on my 9 year.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on my 9 year.
You grew up in San Jose.
Yeah, North San Jose, Milpitas.
Okay.
North San Jose.
How much is, how is that area? Like, I want to ask you about basically how much did growing up in that area influence your stand up now? Because
don't think it has.
No,
to be honest with you.
What do you mean? Like, because it seems with the JMS, it seems like you're the son of San Jose.
I know. You know? I was called the Prince of San Jose.
The Prince of San Jose. Yeah.
And what's crazy is that there's some people in San Jose that want to have that title.
Yeah.
They want it. I had issues in the past about even comedians who are like want to be the San Jose. You know, the representative, the face of San Jose comedy. And like when for Scotty was going off and I had the podcast going on, people looked at me as the San Jose guy, and I got a little shit from that. But it's just funny because I could care less. Like I didn't care. Like I just focus on the work. But some people talk about titles and being the face of a city, and that's definitely not me. But yeah, going back to that, growing up in like Milpitas in San Jose, like. How's it influenced me? I think just being around certain people, just being around Mexicans, but also I was around a lot of Filipinos. I was around a lot of Asians, because Milpitas. I think in some ways I got a little bit of everything. I got a little bit of the San Jose hood. At the same time, I got some of that Milpitas astute learning, higher learning.
Yeah.
Silicon Valley. Yeah.
Especially that. That's what I'm saying. Like, 'cause it's you got hood and Silicon Valley.
You just got my bread. You just got my comedy. Nerdy East Sider. Nerdy East Side comedy.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That. And then we also kind of glossed over that you have experience with filmmaking.
Yeah.
No shit. Okay, so
as a matter of fact, if I could plug, do plugs?
Yeah.
For like half a minute.
No, be less, bro.
We could definitely talk about you.
So I'm hosting the San Jose Film Society showcase, where they showcase local filmmakers' short films. Wow. Your homie Jesus Cruz was on it with his documentary.
Who? Oh, Suleros.
Suleros, yeah.
I always whenever you mention someone, like,
who this fucking guy? Yeah.
Oh, so you just had it on recently, or
I've been hosting it since they started doing it, and the third one is happening on July 28th.
Okay.
Where's that happening?
Yeah,
at the Art Boutique in San Jose. So it'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, man, I like being involved with filmmaking. It's something I initially wanted to do.
I think you did mention that to me, that you originally got into this because of filmmaking.
Yeah, and then you realize that I'm too broke for it. Because you need money. You need somebody, and you need some, and it just. So I focus more on the writing stuff, the production side.
But have you ever directed anything?
Oh yeah, I have a bunch of black and white short films on YouTube. I try to do a comedy web series, Looking for Saint Jorge, and it's still available on YouTube. It's so embarrassing, I liked. I did a variety of work behind the camera, also in front of the camera. Mm-hmm. I've acted in other friends'
I've seen
films.
you in a skit recently.
Which skit?
It was something about someone. Something like being possessed or something, some horror skit. It was recent.
No, that was Andy Garcia, bro.
No, it was you, Derek Destroyer, and a bunch of other people.
Oh yeah, that was Andrew DeLeon, was the heckler. Yeah. And
that's what I was gonna ask about that, because you got acting chops, man.
Yeah, thank you. You're very kind. I don't know, it's just funny. But yeah, man, I enjoy being around film. I also I interned for the CineQuest Film Festival, so familiar with the film festival system. I was associate producer for the screenplay competition as an intern. And then I was involved with several film societies in San Jose, Silicon Valley.
What's your favorite film?
The one you're in.
The Unhealthy Comedian?
The Unhealthy Comedian, bro. On Amazon Prime. Go download it now.
This is starting.
You know what? Pirate it. Don't let me make the money. Pirate Unhealthy Comedians.
You can get it for free on Tubi.
You get it for free on Tubi. I'm looking at the camera. I don't know.
No. What for real? Like, so I get an idea of what your what you aspire to make in film, because we never really talked about.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm an artsy little fucker when it comes to film.
Okay,
I'm a little artsy
so like
snub.
A20, what is it?
A24,
like A24.
Oh yeah. Like I guess they're more like horror stuff. Yeah. I think anything with a good story is good enough with me.
Yeah.
Like regardless of budget, regardless of genre, if it's a good story and it's engaging characters, I'm all in.
Is that
top 3 horror films of the decade?
Damn.
Horror films it's only been 3 years since a decade. It's 2023.
Of the last decade.
Of the last.
Pick a decade.
So from 2010 to 2020.
You know which one I love? See, the thing with horror films, I think where you see it matters a lot. When it comes to horror films, you need to watch it.
The experience
in a theater with others at closing. I mean, not closing, but at opening weekend. People who want to be there to see a scary movie.
Who've seen it for the first time too.
Yeah.
Because people ruin those for you. Oh, there's gonna be a scene where the babysitter
I want you to see. Yeah. I'm the kind of person that wants you to tell me when things are going to happen, and I'll still get scared. I hate horror films.
But watching horror films in movie theaters with other people, like who cheer or like whatever, it gives you an adrenaline rush watching the actual. You get excited for the horror film.
The same like energy as an intimate comedy show.
Right.
Everyone's tuned in together. Yeah. That's why I like horror too, bro. Because
like community reactions.
Yes.
Like I saw a recent horror film with Nicolas Cage called Mandy. Have you heard of it?
I haven't seen it, but I have heard of it.
And it's like low budget, and like it's super trippy.
Is that the one not the one where he's a vampire, right?
No, it's not.
No. He was Dracula in that.
Okay,
one.
Right.
Renfield.
But with Mandy,
it was a comedy,
and it's really more like a grindhouse movie.
Okay.
But it's like a trippy element to it, like great. Like if you're high and watching those visuals, like it's awesome, and it had like a certain style to it. And I watched it in theater with other people, and it just elevated the experience. Because if I seen that movie and at home, I would not have appreciated the efforts they put into the great landscapes they had. Because I would watch on a smaller TV.
That was like 2015 when Mandy came out.
A couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. But that's what I'm saying is for horror film, I recommend seeing it on the big screen.
It's probably the best experience for any unless you're like you really watching the Marvel movie the first day it came out, but I haven't had that as much as horror. Horror is more of a it's got to be in a theater and opening day when no one ruins it for you.
Yeah,
and same feeling as a comedy show when you're watching someone kill.
I will say when Endgame came out, I remember Infinity War. I remember people standing up and doing the Wakandan salute when they cut to Wakanda, in unison. It was like
those are weirdos, bro.
People cheering people cheered at the same time. The whole "on your left" thing. People were like, oh, the YouTube reactions are out there.
No, yeah,
you know what I mean.
Sure.
And I really prefer to see the MCU films live too, just for that experience.
But I feel that's fun. I think. When it's a horror film, it's different when it's a Marvel film.
For sure.
When it's a Marvel film, it's a little cringy.
I hear you. But the community involvement, I like.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
But it is different with a horror film where it's everybody, at the same time without any kind of plan, getting up. It's the same as laughing your ass off in the show where it's like an involuntary reaction.
Right, you're thinking more you're saying it's more spontaneous than maybe,
and it's kind of like we like doing stand up because of what it does to the audience.
Yeah,
that's.
I like what it does to me.
That too.
I like what the audience do to me
after the show.
Oh, you're trying to get me canceled on the voice party, motherfucker?
No, but you know what I'm saying? Seeing what it does, and I imagine that's what horror filmmakers do when they're making the movie. This is gonna make them all fucking jump. And
right.
There's something. But they're gonna sing to this part, or so.
Yeah.
I haven't made a horror film, but I'd like to make one.
Let's make one, bro.
Yeah,
we could make some.
Let's make something.
Let's make something. Yeah. We'll put it on Tubi.
Put it on Tubi. To be continued.
You know any movies are not on Tubi? Great.
Hey, Tubi's got some good movies right now, bro. What are you watching right now?
So I'm watching the entire HBO catalog. So I just finished Broadway Empire.
Boardwalk
Empire. Great fucking show.
Boardwalk Empire. That was fucking good.
Great show.
Yeah, that's up there with The Sopranos, in my opinion.
I think it's better.
Yeah.
For me.
There's a good debate.
For me.
Yeah.
If you like period pieces,
I love period.
If you
pieces.
love it, then Boardwalk, I think is definitely.
You've seen it all.
Well, just the gangster aspect I like. You know.
I have not seen Boardwalk yet. I've seen an episode of Boardwalk, and I want to continue watching.
Oh, dude.
I have seen all the Sopranos, though.
So
I can tell you, I can never listen to "Don't Stop Believing" the same way ever again.
Would you say Sopranos is more of a family story, and then Boardwalk is more of a gangster story?
Yes, I agree.
And that's kind of why. They're both great, but
yes,
what's his name? Jacob Contreras is a good actor, bro.
Oh, as Steve Buscemi, whatever his name is. Buscemi.
That dude is a great actor, bro.
Oh, yeah, Buscemi's amazing.
Yeah,
amazing. Jacob Contreras.
Oh, I just finished Succession. I fucking love Succession.
Okay, yeah.
Last one I saw was The Last of Us all the way through. I'm currently watching True Detective.
Do I have to play the game to understand it?
No, you don't.
Okay.
I haven't played the game, and I was like, oh shit.
What came first, the game or the
game?
Okay, see, I don't.
But this is the first time I've seen someone adapt a video game, and I wasn't mad at how bad it was, you know? Like, this was great. And I don't know if it matches up to the game, because I've heard good things about the storytelling of the game, but the performances were all good. It's basically The Mandalorian, but with zombies instead, to be real with you. The same actor, same concept,
right.
Wolf and Cub, you know?
Yeah.
What on the same topic of inspiration in a way, what's like some of your first comedians you watched growing up?
Ooh. George Lopez, big time influence. Hate to say, but before he got caught, Carlos Mencia, another big influence.
Oh, you mean for writing?
Yeah. Like Carlos Mencia was big when I was in middle school.
We used to watch it as kids.
Yeah.
Fuck
I remember when my dad got the DVD and shit.
Yeah.
So like, you know, loud, brash, Latinos, the kings of comedy, you know, Bernie Mac, big influence too.
Yeah.
And then when I got into comedy, then I was more into, you know, Mark Maron was a big influence. But I don't know. It's like
you notice that before I got into comedy, like, you know, I like George Lopez. I remember getting excited about watching the Mind of Mencia, because there was no other Mexican American dude like that other than La Bamba, which, you know, like on TV. So, but then it's a thing that switches in you once you start doing stand up. 2 years into stand up, then I got into like other comedians that I was like, oh shit, like, hey, you're part of the circle now. Check this out. And I started watching Bill Hicks. I started going back to Richard Pryor and actually watching and listening. Do you have experience like that?
Oh,
too?
Yeah. Mitch Hedberg. I got into his stuff. George Carlin. I got into his stuff.
Yeah.
Freaking.
I was watching a bunch of Mitch the other night.
There's a comic from the 70s and 60s. I'm blanking on his name. But he was Red Fox.
Yeah.
Sanford and Sons. Is that was his show, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And it still holds up, by the way.
Yeah.
And just, I got into like absurd comedy as well. So like some of the Kaufman stuff, you know.
Andy Kaufman,
right?
Women's world champion, right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Did you see? I didn't. So the slap, theirs was scripted. The one in the. But when Jim Carrey did it, it was real.
Yep.
He actually pissed off the dude. Do you know about that?
No. What are you talking about?
So you know how Jim Carrey played
Man on the Moon.
Yeah.
No. Was it Man on the Moon?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Man on the Moon.
Okay.
But during the filming, Jim Carrey actually pissed off the Jerry the King Lawler. So he actually got beat for real. I don't know if you've seen that documentary.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
What? So like that's one of those things, like, you know, like discovering all these comics, man, I think is the reason I kind of kept doing stand up. Like it like inspired a whole different side of me. Like we were talking, like, you know, we talked about like kind of the same thing almost. Like
I feel like me and JD had some upbringings in some way. I think me and you saw some of their stuff growing up.
Kind of.
Yeah. Our comedy's not that. We have the same bits.
Oh shit!
Oh shit, bro!
Bits,
Dun, dun,
we're the same guy.
We're the same guy. Separated at birth.
Same show. Same bit.
Same podcast. Dressing black.
Overweight.
Okay, calm down. All right, take it easy.
Bet you one of you's in Lucha more than the other.
I do like to, because we're around the same age almost.
How old are you?
33.
We're exactly the same age.
No way, for real.
It's a generational thing.
We should be best friends, bro.
We should be. We're not.
Why are we not?
Because you haven't invited him on your.
You haven't.
Hold on.
You haven't invited me on this.
Let him answer.
On the record, you say I was supposed to be the third guest or some shit.
He thought of you first, and then took 4 years to invite you on.
And we actually had the third guest. The third guest on the podcast is right here.
I've been on so many
and
times.
You just never left?
I've been on so many times before you that I became a co-host.
Oh, nice.
No, for real.
He kept telling me, I'm going to have this guy on. He's hella funny.
We're two young Mexican dudes. You're Mexican, right?
Sure, yeah.
Two young Mexican dudes.
What's the light?
Yeah.
You got the light.
We got into this now. We gotta
finish this.
We gotta address this now. Why are we not better friends, bro? We're the same guy. You're me from San Jose. I'm you from Richmond or Concord, whatever.
You're too similar.
I think we're.
Why is there beef between comedians? I'm gonna keep interrupting too. I'm sorry.
I think the only beef we got, JD, is taco beef. I think we're good. I don't know. I think it may be just the distance.
I think it's because you got Faco too.
Oh, you're my Faco?
No,
But you have Flacco.
You have Faco. No, you have Faco. I have Brian Hicks.
What do you mean you got Brian Hicks?
Like
Faco ain't no Brian Hicks.
An older guy that like you work with a lot.
Oh, like
not a mentor, but he's your friend.
Oh,
he's your friend.
I was thinking of the famous guy you told me, Brian Hicks. Hicks.
What?
No shit.
You mean Bill Hicks?
Bill Hicks. I was thinking Bill Hicks when you said Brian Hicks. My bad. Hey, respect to Brian Hicks. I like that guy. He's amazing. He's funny as fuck.
No, yeah. We should be working more together.
Brian Hicks is your Faco.
Yeah.
But Brian Hicks has probably more comedy cred than Faco does.
But that's your older friend that has been around longer.
Yes.
How does that got to do with us? We're the same age.
No, I know. We're the same guy. We have
you guys both have older
correlation, bro. The correlation.
This is why we can't be friends, because we have a hard time deciding why we should be friends in the first place.
What I'm saying is,
you guys are still skeptical on each other. It's like,
yeah, I know. It's like we're not this nice to each other off camera. Let's keep it real.
Let's be real. We don't like each other.
I don't like each other.
This is fake. We're being fake right now.
Yeah, I think
I'm here to sabotage the voice party, bro.
God damn it.
This building's surrounded by homies.
Faco's outside.
Faco's outside with a bat. Can destroy all your
kerosene.
There can only be one good podcast in this Bay Area.
I do like you, bro. I like you a lot.
Okay, making me nervous, bro. I like you, bro.
What I'm saying is,
I want you to come back to my place.
It's a shame. It's a shame I gotta kill you now, though. I like you, but it's a shame I gotta kill you.
How come I've never been invited to be on your podcast?
You will. You're invited now.
Now
you're always invited to the kind of salad.
Okay, all right.
Come through.
I just think you and I should work more together. We should co-produce a show in like your town and then co-produce a show in my town.
I agree. I think that'll be fun.
Oh, okay. That's all I have to do. I have to ask.
Bro, I don't know. This weird tension right now with you. I don't know what it is, bro. You're making me think. This is common. All this time I wanted to be here. Now I'm regretting.
Damn, for real?
No, I'm just kidding. Fool.
Okay.
Calm down. Don't get sensitive on me, fool.
Answer the question.
What's the question?
I want to co-produce a show with you.
Let's do it.
He just said yes.
I said yes.
He said I made him uncomfortable.
After he said yes.
Oh, you did say yes. You didn't make it clear.
You're that.
And you didn't seem excited about it.
You're that girlfriend that needs some attention. If the minute
I didn't hear you get excited about it, that's why. I guess I was more excited about it.
He's the girlfriend that's like, am I pretty? And then you say yes a million times.
Exactly.
And then you finally be like, no, I hate the fucking dress. And you're like, see, I knew there was something wrong. You're like,
JD, bro, I like you too. You're a great producer on many things. You have a great team around you. Respect. Game respects game.
But why aren't we better friends? No, I'm just kidding.
all right, I got a question for you. I got a question for you. What's the goal here with comedy? What's the goal?
What the fuck? Whoa, this is
get money and get pussy. What else do you think? No, I'm just kidding.
How's that working out?
Oh, this is gonna be canceled for sure, bro. No, bro. I think ultimately it's just to be a performer, bro. Just be a performer.
Okay. What's the dream?
Dream is just paying the bills with comedy.
Okay.
Damn. See,
just paying the bills. Why?
I just said that in the first episode today, bro.
Touch heads.
Just
mics.
We'll do that after the show.
Touch heads.
Just to be able to pay, even if there's no fame involved, just to be able to pay the.
You don't want fame, bro. Trust me.
Oh no.
The little fame I got, which is nothing. Like I said, going back to the podcast, how I got recognized for it, and then they put me in these positions of, getting recognized for community organizer, whatever. I didn't like it. I didn't like the accolades.
Yeah, you got to speak for yourself.
I did not like the accolades.
Yeah.
Accolades. The pressure that comes with it too.
The pressure that comes with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm coming off as a bitch right now. I know, but it's
not. It's not coming off as a bitch.
Here's what it is. I want people to like the work, not necessarily to like me. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
Right?
Hold on. I'd like to say that actually doesn't make any sense, because when you're doing a podcast, essentially what people do is fall in love with your character, who
on
you
the
are.
podcast. But once you see me in real life outside of the podcast,
go club a seal, and it's not the podcast. It's just my own thing.
I feel like I'm more of a serious person when I'm off stage or off a podcast, off camera, and I worry that might put off a lot of people. I feel like I put.
So why not just be you on the podcast? Be you,
because it is me, but it's a side of me, and sometimes I don't like.
And you're human. You're allowed to do.
No, 100%. Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying I'm being fake on the podcast. What I'm saying, it's a side of me. In the right circumstance, you're gonna get the side of me off camera too.
Oh yeah.
But it just.
You see that head wobble? He's serious about it, bro.
It's just
I
But then again, bro, I ain't nobody. I don't know why we're even having this conversation.
Well, the thing
I
is,
have no real fucking fan base.
Well, we asked
Me and JD have the same amount of fucking.
That's true.
Well, we asked
JD has
this.
more.
We like to ask this because we're
See,
all starving artists.
Right now, there's
right?
comedians laughing at my ass, going like, "What the fuck is Jorge talking about? Fame and followers." I ain't got shit, bro. I don't know. I can't answer that question because I'm not famous.
But there is a thing where like
I don't feel like I would do very well with it.
I know what
That's
you
my feeling.
I know what you mean, bro. Because like I go to events sometimes. Like, you know, when I went to the new mayor's little inaugural whatever.
You got invited to the inauguration
It was
on the mayor card.
It wasn't in that.
How was that?
No, Richmond.
It wasn't.
Oh, Richmond.
It wasn't an inaugural. It was like the celebration.
Were you the one
after
holding
party.
the book for him to swear in?
No. It was like the day after, like he got sworn in or whatever.
Yeah.
And you get jumped in as a mayor in Richmond. But
You jumped him in. Jumped it into the.
So the
jumped
first-
it into office.
the first day,
Yeah.
it was like New Year's Eve or whatever, and I'm there, and then someone that kind of listens and sees and follows, and then it was like, it kind of they did it politely, but they're kind of like, you know, you should do more with your platform because of the size. I'm like, hey man,
I hate that too.
I want to do dick jokes and like, you know, I don't want that responsibility.
I've had that too.
Yeah.
I have people going like, you know, you should use
Mijo, you should do more.
You should use your platform as a positive, you know, role model.
There's a difference. You definitely, if you're going to be a comedian, stay that comedian.
But here's the thing: some comedians want to be role models. Some comedians want to be, want the accolades, want the recognition. They want the you know, people to, you know, recognize them for their whatever. And you know what? No hate. More power to them. I'm just not that guy.
Yeah,
I'm chill guy.
Sure. That's a good way to end this show, dude.
Yep.
Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you, man.
Is that a good podcast? Were you guys entertained?
I was entertained. I was tuned in.
I'm like, I only have one shot at this. I'm probably not gonna get invited again.
Probably not, but you know what? You made it count.
I made it count.
You made it count.
Are we friends now?
I don't know, man.
We'll see how much money we make off the first show.
I'm fucking with you, man. Of course you won't be back.
But before we go, JD, thank you so much for this opportunity. No, for real, thank you for the opportunity.
Where can we follow you guys?
Thank you guys as well. Thank you, Phil, for sound and you know, because you guys are taking time out of your lives to be here too.
No.
So
thank you for coming out.
Motherfucker, don't out-thank me.
No.
I thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for thanking me.
Stupid.
No, but I appreciate
Thank
you.
Hey, hold on.
My gratitude, you have no idea how my gratitude is big right now.
My gratitude is bigger than yours.
No, my gratitude is thicker. I have a girthy gratitude.
Can you guys hurry this up? I gotta pee.
Mine has a bigger hole. No, but for real, I appreciate you coming out. I've been wanting to have you on for a while. I've asked you multiple times.
Yeah, day of.
Plug your socials. For the love of God, plug your
Where
socials.
can we find you?
All right, so follow me at Jay.
That's been the voice for
that would be funny if you guys just ended right there. I would respect you guys so much.
We should just do it.
That's been the voice party. We're out.
Jorge Sanchez on IG, Your Worst Neighbors podcast on Spotify, iTunes, and many other places. And yeah, Branham Lounge, come catch a comedy show in San Jose every Sunday at Branham Lounge.
Well, come catch.
I saw you at Branham Lounge. You've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you guys for having me.
Do you remember?
I know you gotta end it.
All right, that's been the voice party.
And we're out.
We'll see you in 4 years, man.